And we are live. Greetings and salutations, Focus Up family. Welcome to the August 19, 2023 installment of the Focus Up Show. We thank you for tuning in with us live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on YouTube and various other platforms or catching up with us on replay. And we ask that you click that like, that subscribe, that bell, and share to maintain your weekly Focus Up fix. I am Mr. Nice Guy, nice as in the word Saint spelled backwards, and my co-hosts today are Walk, host of Sex Talk with Walk on Thursdays at 9 p.m., and the infamous El Poo. Now we're down a few today, we got some family situations and other business, but they're here in spirit. You never know. Brother Floyd X will pop in the ether every now and again. But what's going on with you, Brother Walk? How you doing today?
Man, I'm feeling good. You know me, I'm wired, got a new job, got a new bitch, and Tory Lanez is in prison for the next 10 years. The universe is in sync, fine.
What's going on? What to do, El Poo?
Everything's good, bro. Just happy to be here once again.
That's right. Let's get to the getting. So, in the news, first up, this brother Trump. Whew, boy, Trump is the gift that keeps on giving. This cat. This is the indictment number 4. All my life, rappers have been trying to be like Trump. It seems like Trump is out here trying to be like rappers. This fool got cases in Virginia and bodies in DC. It's just getting crazy, And now he's got this RICO charge. This is the same sister that got Young Thug and all them. So this is gonna have some teeth. This is gonna have some strength. So we'll see how this plays out. He's going to have to show up next week for the being booked in, and we may actually get a mugshot this time.
Hey,
you got anything? Well, go ahead. What you got to say about that, brother?
She got the prosecutor with the posterior. Oh, she's a baddie. She's a baddie. She got a nice little rump on her. As far as the case, I don't even know how strong this is, but I'm going to salute that sister for doing her thing. I personally feel she's being used as a puppet just to, because she she's a mammy, and she go get her. They go get her. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him. And she okay, yes, sir. Because I don't think it's going to hold up. I don't think it's going to hold up, but she doing it, and she trying to file it. She doing it in state court, which is kind of gangster. It's gangster. See this, and they want to switch it to the federal because the federal, when they do the federal, they can, do they bullshit behind doors where no one can see. They're going to switch it to federal. They're not going to try no goddamn Trump in the state court. Y'all know that's not going to happen. But I salute that sister. Plus, she got a nice fat butt.
Well,
Sex Talk and Walk every Thursday, 9 p.m.
The reason why they want to move it to federal is because Trump can actually get himself off if he becomes president again, if he gets some federal charges. But in state, he can't do anything about it. If he's convicted, he's just convicted, straight up.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that the whole issue is a Georgia issue. It's a state issue. It's a function of the fact that he tried this conspiracy to overturn the voting in Georgia. She is a state district attorney. So, that's why that is how it is. But, we'll see how it plays out. This guy has skated a lot of times. He's actually lost a lot in these lawsuits. So most of these lawsuits that he tried to do to overturn the election, he lost pretty much every single one of them. So we'll see how this. Go ahead. What you got to say?
But speaking of her butt. Now let me stop. but this is crazy though. Why are his numbers going up? It's like a huge margin between him and any other the potential candidates and the actual candidates that's running on the Republican ticket. His numbers are going up with all these how Brother Man from the fifth floor is 4 indictments. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a joke for it, but Brother Man from the floor. Anyway, but the numbers are going up, dude. What's going on in America, man? It's crazy.
I don't know. But you can't trust this dude. This dude's supposed to be having a press conference Monday with irrefutable evidence against the Georgia case, but he canceled it. And the reason why he canceled it is because his lawyers told him anything you say can and will be used against you.
And see, that's the thing about it. He keeps thinking that this is about, look, if I just prove them that I really believe this, I'll be good. And they've told you straight up, saying, look, he has the right to believe whatever he believes. He has the right to say whatever he wants to say. But the problem is, it's the question of whether it was rational for you to believe it. That's a whole nother issue. Every case, every instance that they talked about, has been shot down. The actual Republican Georgia governor or whatever that he was appealing to, they're going, look, all this stuff was bulletproof. This widespread corruption or whatever the things that you talk about is completely made up. Everyone has told him that had any type of sense, but those are the people that he's not really trying to listen to. And his, I think it's his niece was saying that, look, he was taught that by his father. His father said, hey, never admit defeat. So, I mean, he's just kind of doing what he's doing. Go ahead.
Nice guy. This is what I'm saying, though. Wait, if what you're doing is working, why change it? He been a wild ticket. He been a cuckoo banana, say whatever, on the Twitter atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? He's like me. As president, like, you ain't gonna know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Grab him in the Let's talk with Walt every Thursday at 9. I'm giving the right time now because the numbers is going down. Let's talk with Walt at 9 p.m.
Hey, you make a great point. That's a great point. And the thing about it is, of course, what the big part of his numbers are going up in the Republican side because he's there. He's the person that they think can win for them. He's the person that they believe in the most. They know that the crazies are diehard him. So if they need those people, they're gonna have to roll with their guys. So I mean, that's what it is. So we'll see how it plays out.
And I already said it. I said this already on the show before. It didn't change. I said if it comes down to Trump and Biden, those two. Now, if it's Trump and let's say it's Biden and some other cat, but if it's Trump and Biden, I'm going to vote for Trump.
Why?
Yeah, I ain't doing that. Don't ask him why. There's no sense behind it.
What you mean there ain't no sense behind it? What is Biden doing for America right now? Anything.
One thing he's not doing is picking on people and just talking about people and just causing a ruckus. Trump is just out there just to cause chaos. He's not trying to govern. All he wants to do is play golf and talk mess. That's it.
He wants to be a king. He doesn't want to be a part of the democratic process. He basically wants whatever he says to be it because he's the greatest that's ever done it, the most smartest that's ever done it, the most successful that's ever done it. Everything that's been done, he's the best that's ever done it. So everyone should absolutely listen to what he says without any type of challenge. So
that sounds like confidence to me.
Oh no! Don't give me this. Don't give me this crap about Trump gave out a whole lot of money too. Because look, that's appeasing you. That money ain't gonna do you no good when it comes to what his really big plan is. If he becomes a dictator, which is what he's planning on doing, he won't try to leave the office next time. I mean, it's just gonna be chaotic.
Look, bro, all I'm saying is I'm not a Trump supporter, but I'm very anti-Joe Biden. Joe Biden, in my opinion, is more racist than Trump. Just because he sit around and he got his black mammy, which is Kamala Harris, who ain't doing SHIT either. All they trying to do is appease the message. They just trying to put it out there. But no, it ain't working no more. Black men are going against Biden more. The numbers are way up, dude. That it's not just me here. Like I told y'all, I'm in the streets every day, but it ain't just me, fellas. I got the pulse of America, bro. I'm man of the people.
Pearls before swine. I ain't about to keep on doing this conversation. I will say this: I don't want to see this 80-year-old, whatever old man in jail. If he can somehow be used, I'm talking about Trump. I'm saying that
if he got to go to jail, fuck him. Send his old ass to prison.
Look. I'm just saying that I'm saying that I don't have
black ass in jail, whether I'm 45 or
my point is not. My point is I don't have any personal animosity against the person. And again, he's a powerful person. You can't dispute the fact that he's a powerful person. There have been times where the Republicans were like, no, we don't. He goes, nah, we do this. And they just sit there and go, yes, sir. That's a powerful man. And if he can be used to do good, then I can rock with that. To me, that's my situation why, like the whole Tookie thing. I'm like, look, Tookie is going to be a more productive person alive than dead. So I understand that you had whatever cases you had, whatever. I'm always thinking about the bigger picture. So that's my position with him. I know that people died on January 6th, but in all honesty, he wasn't the one that killed anybody. Now, he may have said some stupid stuff, but the bottom line is people who listen to stupid stuff and do stupid stuff, they're the ones that really should be punished the most. So again, I'm not trying to make no excuses for the man, but I want to clarify that I'm not like just the basher for the sake of bashing this dude. But this dude is bad news. I ain't voting for him. I don't care who the other person is. Well, I shouldn't say that, but I definitely.
It sounds like opinion. Everything you just said.
Everything that we're saying is opinion. You always say that. Everything that you say is opinion too, right?
Yeah, I know, but I say, in my opinion, you just saying that like. He already found guilty. We're in America, baby. You got to find me guilty first before you say he did it. He didn't did it. He didn't do it yet. Wait. He didn't do it.
No. Being convicted of something and actually doing something are different. But I'm definitely not convicting the guy. I don't know if he's going to get charged. I don't know if he's going to stick. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to stick. I don't know if he's going to do time. I don't know nothing about nothing. We'll see. I'm watching the show just like you, bro.
Yeah, I am. I'm also say this much. I mean, I know we don't want to spend too much time on this dude, but I don't like the fact that he had met with President Putin and didn't release those transcripts like everybody else does. What did you have to hide?
He had a history of not releasing stuff like everybody else does. But again, I want to make this a Trump bashing party. I'll say this, for a person that's at the, I guess, under the mercy of a judge, so to speak, he sure don't know how to back off these judges. I mean, he's going after these people hard. Like, that's like, you go into a restaurant. One thing I'm not about to do is bang on my waitress or whoever's serving me my food. I don't understand this logic, but hey, like you said, he's a wild card. He's going to do whatever the hell he's going to do. And that's him. If you like that, he's definitely your guy. But next in the news topic, we're going to talk about the Goon Squad. Now, I apologize that this might not be as tight as I want to talk about it, but there's a lot going on. So this actually happened in January, but it's recent news because they just recently pleaded guilty. But in a nutshell, in Rankin County, Mississippi, you got 6 deputy sheriffs that got caught up in a little venture. They had a little thing that they called themselves the Goon Squad, and they'd go off track and do like their own little their own little personal justice type situation. And one of their members was like, hey, got a neighbor over here with this white lady and these 2 black dudes are staying with her and it looks suspicious. So, I want you to go over there. If they have a camera, then you knock on the door. But if there's no camera, you got my permission to kick the door down and do whatever you need to do. Just make sure we don't have no bad mug shots, which was like code for saying that you can punch them and hurt them anywhere, but not in their face. So this was their sanctioned thing. And they went over there. And I'm telling you, not only did they kick in the door, busting on their property, but for 2 hours, they tortured these 2 black people. They beat them up. They, poured grease on them. They poured threw eggs at them. They, tasered them. They were sitting there having a competition of, which taser was the most powerful. So you're talking about for 2 hours. They found like a BB gun on the premises and a dildo or something like that. So they ended up putting the dildo on the BB gun. I don't know how that works, but suffice it to say.
False.
Yeah, they were threatening with that. They threatened to put it in their mouth, put it in the dude's butt, and one of the dudes maybe strategically he defecated himself to discourage that, but none of that stopped them from basically they were trying to see if they had drugs or something. There were no drugs. There was no nefarious activity. One of the dudes was there to take care of the white lady, and the other dude that was a friend that was visiting. So the bottom line is they ended up, well, we'll just take one of these dudes outside, shot him in the jaw, planted a gun, worked on a cover story, and made it seem like it was a self-defense type situation. But the truth came to light, and them brothers pleaded guilty. So this is what happened. This is some real type stuff. So people always talking about them cops. This is one of them sets where,
To me, it sounds like cops being cops.
Mm-hmm.
So that was all he had to say. He's like, cops being cops, and then went away. Well, this is just an example of the fact that when people talking about, complying, these people comply. There was an instance of resistance, and it was just a continued effort of abuse. So
it sounds like a conspiracy to me.
Well, it was a conspiracy on their part, and it was real.
Yeah. But I mean, they pleaded guilty, so obviously, this case has been adjudicated already, and they knew they was guilty, and that's a good thing. But see, here's the thing, though, it's so many other incidents that transpire and happen. Like I remember there was one time, like I always tell a story. I was drunk as hell. No, I'm saying I was drunk as hell in my garage, and I said, I'm going to walk to the store. This is when I lived in Santa Clarita. I walked to the store. I had a knife in my back pocket. I was cutting my lemons up in my garage. I was chilling. A cop pulled up on me. 2 cops, they hopped out. First thing they did, they handcuffed me. Then they searched me. Then they put me in the back of the SWAT car. Then they ran my name. In that order. In that freaking order. Nothing came up. Then they let me go, and I'm like, and they didn't say nothing. When I tell people that story, they're like, they can't do that. They violate your rights. I'm fuck what they can or can't do. I'm telling you what happened. I'm telling you what they did. Dude, all these cops are out of order. I expect to get my ass whooped when I encounter police. Real talk. In America. That's what it is, dude. And it's sad to say that, but that's just what's popping.
Yeah. It happens more often than what you think, because all this stuff don't get reported. And even if it does, well, I ain't gonna say if it does, even if people actually make these allegations that they were mistreated by the police, you still don't hear about it, Yeah,
you don't file a complaint. I didn't file a complaint. I thought about it. I went home. My wife was like, well, I told her what happened. She was like, you should file a claim. I'm like, hell yeah. Then the next day, that Monday morning I went to work, and I was like, man, I ain't got time for this BS. What's going to happen to him? But in actuality, it is a good thing to file a complaint, because those complaints, they do add up. They do have a record of these police. Like it was that cop in Rampart that was effing people up and beating ass. He had a hell of a lot of complaints, but they didn't do nothing, but it was still a lot he did, and a lot of people, he probably killed people. Who knows? See, now you see how I did that nice guy? That was like my pink right there. But nah. But you know what I'm saying? But that's really what it is. But it is a good thing to file a complaint. But
yeah,
I should have.
You also run the risk of making yourself a target too.
Horn, come on now. Horn, something. Zoom ins, no nothing. Floyd X, where are you? Lady J.
That's right. Shout out to our sister, First Lady J, taking care of some family business, always holding the team down. And Floyd X, we'll see. But
I'm a rose between 2 thorns. Hey, this white guy I used to work with said that to me before. That was funny. I always wanted to use that one day. But go ahead, fella. Let's rock.
Yeah, it's true. It's true about these cops. My father, I should say my brother, used to get himself. My brother's a stand-up character now, but he used to get himself in a little bit of trouble, and the cops would come after him, and they'd always come after him wrong. And the problem was that my father was a business attorney, and he punished him every single time. So that was one of those rare situations. Not everyone has those resources. So yeah, these my father will never tell you, even though he sips that Fox Kool-Aid, he's not gonna sip the Kool-Aid about these cops not doing these crooked things, because he's deserved it, firsthand. So it is what it is. But there's good cops out there too. I don't want to make it seem like it's about back to the cops.
It's good cops out there. Okay, yeah, right. But do you trust the police?
Oh, I don't trust.
Well, let me ask El Poo. El Poo, do you trust the police? Hell no.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Police serve a purpose. Like, they do serve a purpose in society. They do serve a purpose, but they're not doing what they should do. Like, I've told the story before how my son was having an issue with a 19-year-old dude. My son was 14 at the time. The boy was 19. He was harassing kids. And I was like, I called the police like, hey, man, it's this kid. Like, y'all should come talk to him, poke him in the chest or something. They were like, well, he hasn't actually did something, so there's nothing we can do until something happens. So I had to go looking for the kid. I found him, and I really pressed him hardcore. And I'm like, bro. And then I'm looking at him in his face. I'm like, you got to leave me hair on your face. I said, if I fuck you up, if I got arrested, it would be like two guys just had a fight. You a grown up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I said, bro, I don't want to see you around here. If I see you around in this area, I'm going to fuck you up. I came at this. To me, he was a kid, too. He was a kid. But I think the police, if they would have came around and, hey, stop bullying, like, you know what I'm saying? It was one of them situations where they could have made a difference in society, like some scared straight shit. I don't know. But,
Hey, I agree with you, because look, they can either deal with it in a more diplomatic way or leave that to us, and we may not be so diplomatic. So, I mean, that
Horn, nice guy. First time ever. Horns for nice guys. What the hell?
Anyways, but still, but yeah, and every single police interaction I've had has gone sour, every single one, and I've gone out of my way to be respectful and diplomatic with him. And I'm just telling you, it went to a bad place every single time. So my experiences have been terrible. So I'm not going to be one of those people co-signing for the police. But I know that there must be decent police out there. I have family members that are police, and I got to assume that they're decent ones. So that's all. So on to the next topic: smash and grabs. I don't know about where you guys are.
Grab. Wait, that sounds like what I did last night with my new chick. Go ahead.
And he wants a horn for that, I bet. But still, anyways.
Sex Talk with Walt every Thursday, 9 p.m. Tune in. My numbers is dwindling. They dwindling, nigga. I've seen the numbers. Go ahead. Come on. Go ahead.
Not every Thursday, but most every Thursday. But anyway, so we're getting there. But salute to that show. Walker's doing great things on this show and on that show. But smash and grabs. In California and Los Angeles, it's been crazy out here. I mean, the bottom line is these youngsters have been coordinating. They've been, we used to see a lot of that stuff. Like, you go to the 7-Eleven after the school, and they got to a point where they only let a few kids go in at a time because they know, they let kids get in there. They was gonna work them. So, but it's like they're understanding that
Joe's Market. Oh my God, it was crucial. Yeah, you said so. I forgot about that. Yep. Damn.
So, but I mean, the bottom line is they they've realized that it reminds me, like, remember when we had we call it the rebellion. A lot of people call it the LA riots, but we realized that if enough activity goes on, there's only so many cops. So the bottom line is, you just sort of like overburden, it's going to give you that edge. So that's the thing about it. They've been sort of like hitting these spots, and they've been hitting these spots in numbers, and they're just brazen. They're just in the middle of the day, just smash a window, grab everything. They're going to the Nordstrom, the Gucci store, going to the gold stuff, going to Rodeo, and it's like, and the thing about it is, the people that are getting caught, it's a catch and release program. So there's not a lot of discouragement. So, Walk has a take on that. Why? Go ahead.
I mean, like, let's think about it. What can you really do? Every person deserves their day in court. Let's say it's 12 people, 14 people, 8 people. 8 people got to have separate trials and court cases that they go through. And really, you know what? It becomes a waste of the goddamn court's time. Seriously. Especially in Los Angeles. In Lancaster, they will have time for it because they ain't really too much popping out here. That's why I'm out here comfy and cozy when it ain't too thugged out. But you know what I'm saying? I'm in the streets every day. Well, but that's what it is. It becomes a waste of the court's time for all this crap. That's why they're not prosecuting every case that comes on their docket, dude. That's why it's just too much going on. There is no solution for this. And you white folks that's out there in them damn stores, Gucci and Gabbana, leave them little dudes alone because they will fuck your ass up. Don't think that they not prepared if some stupid ass hero come trying to tackle them. They will drop all that crap and double back on that ass. Real talk. Let them take the bag, the Gucci bag, and let them dudes sell it on the black market. They ain't making nothing but like maybe $3,000 or $4,000. Like, leave them kids alone, man.
Man, what you got to say about this, El Pooh?
For real.
I'm saying, notice, this doesn't happen at the Slauson swap meet.
Whoa! Y'all are on. Hey, we're a better show without Floyd X and Layton. No, I'm just kidding.
They got armed security
for that.
They will shoot you. They will shoot you with no hesitation. And the police ain't going to do anything about it because you in the ghetto.
Man. Now, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's also crazy. They going into these, high-end stores, getting all this old high-end merchandise. What you going to do with that? Like you say, they're going to sell it for, half the value of it, or
not even half,
a fraction of the value.
It's all profit. It's all profit, though.
All profit. Everything's profit. Yes, I mean when you get it for free, it's always profit. But the thing is, where you gonna sell it at? You can't go on Instagram. You're gonna get caught.
But think about it. Wait, watch this. I'm about to solve that.
And you can't go on the corners and sell it like these taco stands because they run up in these taco stands.
Let me show you. Let me give you an idea how much this stuff costs. You seen there was has the Gucci luggage, the luggage.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
you know how much that crap costs?
Very expensive.
That's like $2,500 for that stupid looking bag. A purse is like $1,000
at least.
You can sell it for $300. It's a nice little okay, I got this BS. People will buy that crap. They will buy that crap because people see chicks is getting hip to niggas buying that bullshit, the fake shit, and they like, wait a minute, that ain't that. You know what I'm saying? They know the difference. Like me personally, I don't know. My broke ass, I don't know the difference. But them chicks, they be like, boy, this nigga bought this shit upside the freeway. So it's a market for this. Trust me,
hey, I seen two youngsters literally grab a whole rack. They didn't grab like a handful of stuff. They literally wheeled the whole rack out the store. And it was like this one Asian lady trying to fight him and stuff like that. I mean, they are wilding out here. So you say that there's nothing to be done about it. Of course there's something to be done about it. If these people get armed, like you say, or whatever, or if they
like you said with the Slauson swap meet, nobody fucking around in the Slauson swap meet, like real talk. And they know that's in the community. They know them. You be looking at them coming in like, hey, all right, brother. Like they ain't playing. They'll beat your ass up in that goddamn swap meet.
And won't get in trouble for it. So again, if you turn your cheek when these people do whatever they need to defend themselves, that'll work just the way as them people turning their cheeks as far as not punishing these people. So I'll say that this is one of those arguments that those Republicans are making about. They said the democratically run cities and stuff like that, maybe being a little bit too lenient.
Maybe. Yeah.
What are they gonna do, nice guy? What they gonna do? Prosecute these young kids? Some of them probably never had a record. They're going to get a slap on the wrist here anyway, and then send them through the court system for a few months. Okay, I got a court date today. I got an ankle monitor.
This is what you do.
It'll be a great deterrent.
Yeah, this is what you make it legal to beat the shit out of them. Make it legal to make it illegal to injunction. These kids for doing these smash and grab type situations. I'm saying there's heavy hands that you can play. I mean, the bottom line is, hey, parents, also you see that's your kid on the screen that's doing all this stuff. Beat your kid's ass. And don't
wait.
They're not gonna beat the kid's ass because they getting some of that Gucci.
Exactly. So they're complicit. They're part of it. So that's right. Injunction a family too. So but go ahead. Go.
Well, hey, that was a good point, Elpo. Like, boy, was that you? Oh, thank you. Don't do it again. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, that's real shit, Elpo. But listen, I'm like this. What needs to happen is they need to create more opportunities for our young black men. Watch this. Think society has been changing for the last 7 years with automation. Nice guy. When you first came on the show, when you was talking about automation, I was like, nobody give a fuck about no goddamn automation. But you was right. You was right, man. See, Tory Lanez.
It's a horn.
Wait, hold on. Let me say my joke, motherfucker. With Tory Lanez being in prison, how am I agreeing with you? Like the world is like a better place. See, you fucked up my joke. But anyway.
Hey, see, Tory Lanez ain't here, so I can laugh now.
Wait, we are with society changing so much. These kids are running out of opportunities and shit to do. They're not getting jobs. They don't have no hustle, and they see these rappers. Wait, that's coming up. But they're seeing these rappers with all this money and all this jewelry and shit, and they want to be like that. They want to steal the Gucci bag they give to his broad. You know what I'm saying? He want to steal that purse, the expensive perfume that's this big. Wait, hold on. Expensive ass perfume like this big for $200. He want to steal it and give it to his chick because he can't afford to buy it because he can't get hired at a job. His broke ass probably not even looking for a job, but he can't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's no motivation for this stuff. They need to have more opportunities in our neighborhoods. Not my neighborhood. I'm comfy. In our neighborhoods for these youths, dudes, real talk. I think that's the bigger problem. That's like the you know how it's like a movie where, oh, where are these monsters coming from? We got to get to the fucking source of that shit. That's the monster. Oh, that nigga underneath the damn basement. Kill his ass and you're going to kill all that weird shit. My opinion.
That's a piece of it. I think that's a good attack. I'm always going to support, things that are going to make it easier for us to do better just as a people, as a community. But there's also some accountability about it. So it's not just a function. I always say that, look, these youngsters, they got it good compared to what we had. They got easy hustles as far as you got things like Amazon and what's the driving, the Uber and Lyft and all of this stuff. I mean, they got a lot of different hustles that we just simply didn't have.
Them grown-up jobs, bro. That's over 18. These kids that's doing,
Well, again, kids under 18 shouldn't be doing that. That's I agree with you for the most part that we should have better opportunities, but I also believe that we should have better accountability too. I think it's a two-pronged thing. So,
Definitely.
So, you got something to say about that, El Poo?
I just think there needs to be more consequences, and you need to explain the consequences to these youngsters. And I think they understand that there are no real consequences. That's why they're doing what they're doing. So let's go ahead and get these. And that's what it is, bro.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Let me tell you how it is consequences. Where the whole it's like it's a whole political scheme against some black man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, they do have consequences. When they do even put these little knick-knack bullshit ass cases on you, they set you up for later. They're setting you up for later. Slap on the wrist now. Tory Lanez ass. I want to whoop Tory Lanez ass some more. You get a Tory Lanez ass whooping next time. You feel me? They setting you up. They're gonna put a little bullshit case. Like I'm gonna tell this real quick story with my son. My son, he had a weed case when he was in high school, and the stupid ass police, they came to the house the day after to give him a ticket for the weed or some shit he got caught at school with. And I was like, he don't live here. I don't even know nobody. Like my son, I'm really telling them straight up to their face. Like, I have no clue what you talking about. Guess what they did? They threw that case out because he couldn't prosecute that because he didn't sign the ticket. And who is this kid? You did not arrest him, you fucking weirdo. Why are you here? That shit was thrown out. Then when my son did get in trouble, if he would have signed that ticket, that would have doubled up his sentence. Just for that little bullshit, we got a history on his ass. I'm telling you, let these kids live. Let them run in the stupid ass store. They ain't hurt nobody. Snatch, tear shit up. I'm not saying it's good, but provide some opportunities for these little niggas.
Well,
Beat their ass.
Hold on, let me say this, bro. Let them run up in the stores today. They'll run up in your house tomorrow.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. Hey, I support what you're saying, Pooh. Straight up. Let's get to those commercials, brother.
Yes, sir.
For all your cross-country delivering needs.
Muhammad's Meats Paws up in the Oakland area.
Get your
That
meat
good-
on.
That good halal meat.
All right.
That's right. Get you that black honey. Go bealive.org. That's right.
I'm using it now. I'm telling you, I'm getting light skinned. I'm getting light skinned every day. Now go ahead, dude.
That sticky icky.
I'm from the city of Compton, where you want to get your plugs. Light green and fluffy, sticky, smelly, and lovely. Got that powder too, you know what it do. Caribbean flavor, fit still to my plate. Bust do what they can.
Toppy Woppy, he's coming on. He want to clear a few things up with another rapper he got beef with. We get into this hip hop thing a little later, but yeah, it's a lot going on. But yeah, salute to Toppy Woppy Music, Buddy Bub from Pasadena. Hey, bro, I ain't gonna keep shouting you out and you ain't coming back on the show, man. This is the last time I'm doing it. Rest in peace, Lil Sody. And wait, one more thing. I forgot to mention this. S-Bone from Rolling 40s. He was a fixture in his neighborhood from his gang. And he was murdered up in the Sacramento area where Floyd X is. And Floyd X is in Sac. What's going on? No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. I can't help it sometimes. Okay. But anyway, but he's a fixture. Rest in peace to S-Bone from Rolling 40s. He was shot in, I don't know the specifics, but yeah, rest in peace. He's a fiction hood. Rest in peace, Lil Sody. Lil Sody music still out there. Is what it is.
Yeah, both those brothers was doing some positive things in the on the internet and in the neighborhood. So let's get to this next one. This one is Sex Talk with Walk every other Thursday nights.
But every time I see that, I'll be like, do I look that fucked up? Are chicks actually laying down with me? That's crazy. Chicks do actually have sex with me. That's weird. I don't get it, but it's
And you heard it from the horse's mouth. So one more though, y'all. One more. Just one more. Make sure to check us out every Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific time.
Or Saturday. That's right.
God bless America, God damn it. Where ugly ass nigga like me can get a lot of pussy. That's the American boy. Boy, I love America. I'm serious, bro. I was watching some shit on I was seeing like, this is the Philippines. Like, bro, thank you. I thank my parents. Rest in peace to my mother. I thank my parents for coming to this country and us not having to grow up in Central America. I'm serious. I'm serious. But let's move on.
There's some good things that have come out of this country, and one of those good things is hip hop. You know, we celebrated 50 years from this Sedgwick, this Cool Herc party, which is normally the party that sort of identified with the official first party of the movement, and that was August 11th, August 11, 1973.
Damn.
So we see, the time is a flying. So now we're here. We are 50 years later, and there's been good, there's been bad, and there's been ugly. So we're gonna talk about that. So, you want to start off with this first walk? Or you want me to set the table?
Well, hip hop is phenomenal. Hip hop has changed the whole entire planet. Hip hop influenced the whole damn planet. This tiny planet in this humongous solar system. In what the hell going on here?
That's what happens when the non-producer. Go ahead, Pooh. There you go.
Hip hop has changed this every spectrum of life on planet Earth. Every spectrum of life that's human follows hip hop. You can go to freaking Ethiopia. It's gonna be a little kid with a freaking Craig Mack shirt on from 1995. Seriously. So salute to hip hop. But in hip hop, they got the good, the bad, and the ugly. The ugly. And right now, I feel personally, we're in an ugly period of hip hop. This hip hop is trash, man. It's trash, bro. It's disgusting. Listen, I remember when I was a kid, my pops came home with Heavy D CD and Big Daddy Kane. We was looking at my pops like, this nigga he beat our ass when we fuck up. Like, he is like the coolest person on earth. He's hip to society. And he was playing it. We got our own thing. He loved that stuff. That don't exist no more right now. You are not going to go through your child's iPod or iPad. They don't even have iPods no more. But you're not going to go through his playlist and be like, woo, this is, spot him, got him. I like this song. Whoa. You're not going to do that, man. These kids, y'all all sound the same. It's trash and it's disgusting. And all the chicks just want to sell their booty for some likes. I only got $40 left. Go ahead. But yeah, go ahead, fellas.
I mean, this is my thing. A lot of the stuff that's been going on now is a lot of stuff that we were guilty of as well. Our generation, we had, Luke with the dancers and all that stuff. So, I mean, it's kind of a psycho type situation, but at least you had that and the other stuff. Sadly, the mainstream is just literally not dealing with the other stuff. There ain't a lot of De La Soul, ain't a lot of Tribe, ain't a lot of Public Enemy. That's not stuff that's happening in the limelight now, and that's why it's really suffering. All you're mostly getting is the ignorant music, whether it's the ignorant violence music, is the ignorant trap music, or it's the ignorant hoe music, and that's unfortunate. But I mean, these are what business people are deciding, and we shouldn't be allowing that. But that's what it is.
Wait, you said business people? You mean the execs at these record labels?
I'm saying the execs that are promoting this stuff.
Right.
But you're right. There are even exec levels that are basically that they know that they feel like this is what we're going to invest in, because they're not even trying to put that other stuff out there. So I mean, they're playing their part too. I mean, all this stuff is basically the fallout from decisions of rich people in power. But
yeah. Well, first of all, I gotta make a comment on this thing that Jay Walk said about you can go to Ethiopia and find a young kid with a Craig Mack shirt from 1994. That's like when they make the Super Bowl champion shirts, and then the losing you just send them off to a third world country. That's what happened with Bad Boy.
You ain't gotta explain the joke, bro.
Hey, but hip hop used to, it came from the streets. The streets used to run hip hop. When NWA came out, they got popular because of the streets, not the radio. It was word of mouth. They got big. But now it's about the dollar. And these executives never knew what was going on in hip hop ever. The only people that really knew was like Def Jam and a couple other little, labels like that, Tommy Boy, things like that. But once the major companies got involved, it was over. It was a wrap. And now they just manufacture what they want, what they think is going to sell. And hip hop was the biggest selling genre for a couple of decades, well, at least a decade, at least, maybe two.
More than that, bro. Come on, man.
And I'll tell you like this.
90.
When SoundScan came out, NWA was number one. That's real.
Yeah.
But now hip hop is falling off. These artists, they can't sell records, they can't sell concerts. Hip hop is in a state of 911.
Well, a lot of it is, you get all this stuff for free, so that doesn't help as well. I mean, so I don't know how streaming works. I mean, obviously there's some type of angle as far as, advertising or whatever. They get something out of it, but I mean, once
nobody know how streaming works.
So, I mean, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. There's just, it's kind of awesome when a person like, what was that dude's name? I forgot. He's an independent dude that did his whole thing and literally made millions, just unsigned or whatever, independent. I forgot what his name is, but I mean, that was a great testament to just where the technology is taking us and how you can work your own exposure. Because, you do your own thing on social.
Are you talking about Ryan Leslie? I think that's him.
No, I'm talking about that dude, Chance the Rapper. Yeah. So, that's like, to me, that's an amazing accomplishment. For him to have that type of financial success and sales, and he basically stayed independent. I mean, that was
built on the backs of cats like Eazy-E, E40. Like, this is, what I'm saying? That independent route, that legitimate independent route of we out the trunk with it. Too short. Too Short would make your own. He would be like, what's your name again? All right, I'm see you tomorrow. And have a whole rap tape with your name in it. The drug dealer. That's gangster. That's gangster as hell. So, I mean, but that's what that was built off of, these new kids doing it. But see, a lot of these new cats, they don't respect that. They don't give a F about that. They ain't think about that stuff. But a lot of the rappers, I remember the time you remember when you first was hearing Too Short, Blowjob Betty. Y'all remember? I remember being on my bed with my little tape deck. Like, I cannot. My brother Durek, he gave me the tape, and I'm like, let me act like I'm asleep so I can listen. Who is this guy? That don't happen now no more. These kids is just doing whatever, and now everybody got Blowjob Betty. I met her. She sucked my dick. She fucked all my homies, and I gave her $80, and she set up the op to kill him. That's the rap music today. So you don't have a feel. You're not getting a feeling from this music today. There's no feeling. There's no, like, damn, that's that shit right there. Cause Bow Wow, as trash as he is, not even really a real rapper, but Bow Wow said it best. He said everything you're hearing now today is probably a handful that you will actually listen to in 10 years. And I agree with him. He's right. Bow Wow is right. Hip-hop is doing more bad than good right now.
Well, and I always say this. To me, I feel like it's always a function about what's being promoted. I come from an era, I didn't too short wasn't my lane. I was more underground hip hop, East Coast type stuff like that. I was ultramagnetic MCs and and De La and in the West Coast underground. You're talking about Freestyle Fellowship and all of this stuff. So that was my lane. And that wasn't the stuff that was really going to be on the radio, but you still had to find that stuff. So I'll say that I'm sure that there's people out there doing stuff like that sister Rock. I mean, that's an intelligent sister that's doing dope stuff, but I mean, she's not in the mainstream promotion type of stuff, but she's out there still doing it. J. Cole is kind of is like an exception. That's a dude that seems like he's somehow touching our era, but he's somehow touching their era. So, I salute to that brother. But I mean, when you talk about NWA didn't get that radio promotion, Public Enemy, that was their thing in the beginning. They wasn't on the radio. I mean, but still, the bottom line is that movement was still strong. You had people like, you had Public Enemy, you had KRS-One, and I'm telling you, they started a whole sort of like consciousness movement. They had, I don't know how it was around the other rest in the world, but in LA, you had a lot of people rocking them African medallions. They were selling them at the swap meets like it was nothing. I mean, so, it's just, music was influenced you in a good way. And now, I don't know, it seems like being reinforcing bad habits. I hate to sound like that old person get off my lawn type situation, but I mean.
Hey, we got a comment. We got a comment.
Def Rocker, I'm 50 years old and been into rap music since 82. And I agree that most of the music is terrible. I mean, most of the music that we hear.
Yeah, that man is he's 54 years old.
I'm sorry, what did I say? I'm dyslexic. I apologize. But that's right. So, hey, and and I think about that. I remember, I mean, in the 80s, they had them Jeeps, them trucks that, I mean, you'd be blasting music. I mean, it was a completely different culture with the boombox and stuff on the corner and with the breakdancing and the cardboard. And, a lot of people forget how music and dance and a lot of the positive stuff that was involved with the beginning of stuff. I understand that we went to sort of like a dark, gangster, blah, 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 but it wasn't always that. We started off as a party thing, you know what I'm saying? So,
but wait, nice guy. Let me vibe off a little bit what you're saying. It was more of a balance. It was a balance with the gangster, like you said before, random ignorance, and the consciousness. We had Poor Righteous Teachers. We got niggas CMW. We got MC Light. We got I don't know if y'all remember this. Remember Hoes with Attitudes? HWA. Oh my lord. Damn, I dated myself crazy with they did have an HWA. But I'm not talking about NWA. No, there was actually a group called HWA. Google it.
I remember.
But there was actually a balance in hip hop. PE, NWA. It was some type of balance where you got the yin and the yang. You need that in society. So, like if me, I'm a drunk driver. I need a chick who don't drink. The yin and the yang. That's a balance. Come back to me. I miss you.
Would that be a good segue to the next one? What has hip hop done for you?
Well, I don't know if we were quite finished with it, but yeah, looking at the time, yeah, we should probably go for that. We should go for that.
Slow down, turbo boost.
No, but he's 9:53, man. He's a good point, though. Yeah, we probably should get to that. What has hip hop done for you? Me personally, I was a break dancer. I was a DJ. I was a rapper. I did all that stuff. You never stop. You never stop. Bottom line is this room that I'm in is full of music equipment. So, turntables, samplers, everything. You never stop. I'm not actively trying to do nothing, but the bottom line is that bug never goes away. And the fact of the matter is, I did a lot of DJing. I made a lot of money off of that. So I wasn't able to get a job at McDonald's. My job was DJing. I DJ'd at a lot of house parties. I DJ'd at the Key Club. I DJ'd at I'm about to say House of Blues, not House of Blues, but what's that? Dublin's. So it's that type of situation where the
Bubbling and Dublin's can't deny me.
Hey, Dublin was dope.
That's that. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but the bottom line
allowed you to become a DJ. In other words, right?
Well, what motivated me, I'm gonna tell you. I went to the Fresh Festival in Long Beach. You're talking about Run DMC, Houdini, the Fat Boys, Curtis Blow, and I'm telling you, when Jam Master Jay was scratching that run, I was like, "Hey, Mom, I need some turntables," and she got them for me. And from that on, I was on turntables. So that's what I got into. And ultimately I got them 1200s, and you get into that stuff. So I mean, behind me is a tons of records. If I were to take away this picture, but the bottom line is yeah. So I mean, it did a lot of me, but also culturally. Because it wasn't just the fact that what you're listening to, it's also the clothes, the terminology, the thought process. I mean, it's basically defined a big part of who I am. So I appreciate. So like Harris once says, I am hip hop. That's what it is. But what you got to say about that, Walt? What's it done for you?
Hip hop basically has been in my whole life, because hip hop is over 50 years old. I remember my first time, like, I'm gonna be honest. I never was really into the hippity. To me, I'm talking about as a 9-year-old kid. Like, it was like cool. You play it, rappers alike. It was like it tastes like wood. When I first heard LL Cool J, I Need a Beat, I was staring at the speaker like, this is what rapping is, or whatever he's doing. This is that. I was freaking blown away. The scratching sales, that shit was like, what the hell is this? Who is this guy? And that was hip hop to me, and it made me want to be a rapper. Then my brother was rapping, and I was like, yo, he was getting girls anyway. I was like, I want to rap. Rap. Cat, hat, and a dog. I don't know, man. But it changed my life. It was been part of my life, my existence on this planet Earth. I got my first slow dance to a hip hop record. Force MDs. What was that? The
Tender Love. Tender Love.
Tender. Damn it, Love. I remember that girl. She had a white dress on. But yeah, hip hop has molded my whole existence. It has been with me. I love it still to this day. I rock with it, and it's still influencing people. And I'm gonna tell you one moment. I remember my son. He's in the Army. He's like in St. Louis right now. He was freaking listening to Tupac. I was like, the hell? You know about Tupac? You're like, yeah, this is my song right here. I was blown away. That's what hip hop has done to me. And it's still doing it for a lot of people to this day. Salute to hip hop.
That's fine. What has hip hop done for you, El Pooh?
Hip hop,
the producer.
Yes, sir. First thing hip hop done for me was made me respect music in general, especially older music. Because when I started digging into crates and going back and listening to a whole lot of old stuff and figuring out, oh, these dudes use this old song right here. They use this part of this song and all this old stuff. And I started researching and respecting the generation before us, or generations before us, because hip hop was taken from everything. I heard things recorded from like bebop or sampled from like bebop all the way to rock. I used to knock. I had some old Dramatics records. I had never messed with them until my little homeboy came over. He was like, man, this Dramatics. It's banging. I listened to some of the stuff, and I realized a lot of cats had sampled a lot of this stuff. I'm like, don't nobody sample this? Yes, they did. Minnie Riperton, stuff like that. I'm like, all this stuff came from this. All these gems. I'm gonna tell you one of the most important things hip hop taught me, and I learned this from Tupac, Jam Master Jay, and it is one more I can't even think of, and Nipsey. If you get successful at hip hop and you get out the hood, don't come back to the hood. The hood will take you under.
That sounds like a song.
Hey, that's some good stuff.
The hood took me under.
And that's what Ice-T was talking about. He's like, look, I can't go back to the streets now. My card is invalid. It's expired. The bottom line is, the streets is for the people that are day to day, that got the heartbeat of what's going on and stuff like that. I'm a grown man. I've graduated. I got to do grown folk stuff. But
well, we got a comment.
Def Rocker, back in the 80s, NYC radio DJs were autonomous. Red Alert, Chuck Chill Out.
I think you meant anonymous, but autonomous.
No, well, no, I think autonomous is correct. I mean,
I gotta
that's a
Google that
problem. It
word.
means
Go ahead, go
everywhere.
ahead.
All power to controlling everything. So they controlled everything. So Red Alert, Chuck Chill Out, Mr. Magic until Payola got more control of the music. Yeah, because that's the thing about it. We have a different experience on the West Coast. Now we had K-Day, and K-Day was dope and everything. But I mean, the East Coast, they definitely had that their own little special things. I mean, when I think about the Mr. Magic and the Rap Attack and stuff like that, I used to love when I would hear like people, from the East Coast. All of my friends are mostly East Coast people. So you'd hear like someone have a tape record or something like that. So that was always like a great window.
Hey, we had them tapes too. I got a cousin that was from New York that used to give us tapes. Yeah. Chuck Chill Out on the mix. Yeah.
Yep.
DJ Red Alert. The slogan for 1989: if your system is weak, do not turn it up. Yeah, I was there too. Yeah.
And you know what? That stuff is still on. You get Sirius Radio. A lot of these cats is actually doing shows. You got Grandmaster Cash. You got Roxanne Shante. You got DJ Chuck Chill Out. They're on satellite. LL got that
Rock
with
the Bells, baby.
Rock the Bells Radio. So I mean, that's satellite. I mean, there's some great stuff happening on there. So
we got another comment from Def Rocker.
Yeah. He said Star Wars and Wild Style made an impact because those movies had all four elements of other culture. But you know
that's
what?
Right.
That's from the East Coast, but we also had breaking too on the West Coast, which
hold on. When we talk about those four elements, that's right. It's the breaking, it's the MC, it's the DJing, and it's the graffiti. So them the four elements, and that's right. They represented it, and you know what? Breaking is kind of tough to look back now, but there was some great moments in breaking. I remember in the theater when that broom when Torty France hit, man. I'm just telling you, man, that scene right there is bulletproof. There may be some corny stuff all through that movie, but that scene can hold up against any scene in anywhere. It's just shout out to Beat Street.
I looked up autonomous. Having the freedom to govern itself or control its own affairs. Okay, all right, he was right. Man, salute to Def Rocker. You ain't gonna get blocked, buddy.
Hey, salute to Walk for looking that up. He's not just our public relations manager. He's our minister of information and truth and confirming and fact finding. So I guess we're at the end of the show. We missed our folks. They'll be back next week, but we held it down. And thank you for all of y'all that are watching live. And we know that most of you are going to come on review, on replay. So again, like, subscribe, share for that weekly Focus Up fix. And we are out of here, family. Peace.
Yeah, boy.